It was, I couldn't stand it.
You couldn't stand
Yes.
cleaning your wife?
I couldn't.
You couldn't stand
Yes.
cleaning your own wife?
Yes. It's very, very hurting. And I can't also quit my job to stay at home and then take care of her.
When we say this men hate their wives, we know what we're saying. And you all, I've got a perfect video to back up this statement. I saw a video of this man in an interview just opening his ass, telling us how much he hates his wife. It was just telling us how much he hates his wife. Let me show you this video, then we'll come back and talk about it.
My wife and I, we've been together. We've been married for 15 years.
For 15 years?
Yes, going to our 16th year. A decade and some years into our marriage, I had a motor accident.
Okay.
It put me down for a year, and my wife had to be there for me. 3 months into the accident, I realized things was very difficult, and so she has to stay home and then take care of me. And she agreed to staying home and then taking care of me. And
so she quit her job?
Yes.
On your advice?
Yes. So she did all that for me. I got back on my feet, God being so good. Within a year, after a year.
After a year?
Yes.
You got back on your feet?
Yes. But not long enough. My wife also got struck by stroke.
Stroke?
Yes. Because she couldn't move, I was the one cooking, giving her food. I was the one cleaning her.
Say it as it is.
Okay, I was the one cleaning her poo when she go somewhere. Good. And almost everything on her, I have to do it. And it was, I couldn't stand it.
You couldn't stand cleaning your wife?
I couldn't.
You couldn't stand cleaning your own wife?
Yes. It's very, very hurting. And I can't also quit my job to stay at home and then take care of her. If I quit my job, who is going to take care of me and her?
Okay.
I can't carry tilapia on my head to the market to go and sell.
Why can't you carry tilapia on your head to the market?
Even if I carry tilapia on my head to go and sell, I'll still leave her home and I'm going to work.
Okay. So you can't take care of her?
So, yes.
And you can't quit your job?
I can't quit my job too.
And the only reason why you feel you can no longer take care of her is the kind of things you do for her.
I'm seeing, yes.
And the things you're seeing.
Yes.
Her poo, her urine.
Generally, taking care of her is very hectic.
But she's your wife. You love her.
I know.
So do it with love.
I know. I wish we had children so that they will also support. But here lies the case. I'm alone.
Yeah. Pay someone to take care of her.
She doesn't want anybody to come closer apart from me. I said to myself I had to take her to her family. Once I'm able to take her to the family, I'm divorcing her.
Why?
Because what I have seen, even if she comes back, it will be too difficult for me to stay with her.
Are you taking her to her family so that she will go and die with them?
No.
Is that the idea? Because people do it.
No.
People do it. When the man is sick or when the woman is sick, they go and leave them with their family.
No.
Is that what you are doing?
No.
No. What exactly are you doing?
Yes.
Say it as it is and let's move forward.
I'm taking her to the family to divorce her. That is it.
Just like that?
Yes. I'm not wishing death for her. Yes.
You are not wishing death for her,
no.
But you want to divorce her.
Yes.
In these trying times, when she needs you the most, you are taking her to the family, and you said you are going with the drink to divorce her. But when you were sick, she stopped everything. Her world stopped for you. She took care of you. Didn't she clean your poo?
She did.
She did.
Yeah.
Didn't she clean your pee?
She did.
Didn't she bath you?
She did.
Dress you?
She did.
Why can't you do the same for her?
But you see, it's those things, it's natural for women to do.
It's natural for women
it's natural
to take care of sick husbands.
Yes, it's very natural for women to
clean a man's
to
poo.
clean a man, to do all those sort of things.
But
for a man, for a man to dedicate his time and his whole world to doing that thing is very difficult.
So you are divorcing your wife because she pulls on herself, and you would have to clean it because she is sick.
Because I'm the only person taking care of her, and my wife also got struck by stroke. Yes, because
Content like this, most of the time when I see it, I don't want to make a video or stitch because I don't have anything nice to say. I mean, growing up, I was taught that if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. But I want to tell you this. There is a statistic that says that when a partner or a spouse gets sick, 21% of the time, the man will leave the wife. That is compared to only 3% of the time that the woman leaves. So all of this rhetoric of, oh, women are only here for the money, statistically, they've done the maths. It doesn't check out. On the other hand, men are more likely to leave when a woman is sick. And this is just a really gross example of this, because the woman has even sacrificed and looked after him when he got into medical trouble, but refuses to do the same for her because he claims that it is just in women's nature to take care of their partners. Now, let me tell you for a fact that men absconding when their partner becomes sick or has a medical emergency is completely down to choice. It has nothing to do with biology. It has nothing to do with their capabilities. It is absolutely down to choice. And do you know how I know? Because I have seen a man choose to be there for their partner who had a medical emergency. Where did I see it? In my own life. Okay, so viewer discretion. If you do not like blood, please scroll away now. Trigger warning. If you do not like blood, scroll away now. Anyway, for almost the entirety of me and my partner's relationship, I was struggling with incessant bleeding. I had uterine polyps, then I had fibroids that needed to be dealt with. I had several surgeries. I had one surgery whilst we were together. But other procedures to try and stop the bleeding, it just wouldn't stop. At some point around, I think, the end of 2021, the bleeding became so strong that I had to be rushed to emergency several times. This was one of the times. And this is context for how much I was bleeding. So again, trigger warning, if you do not like blood, scroll away now. So this is me in the hospital bed. I am currently at this point, I am wearing 2 maxi pads, one at the front, one at the back. I am lying on top of one, say, when women go to give birth in Ghana, those sheets that they have to take with them. I had one already, about an hour before this picture was taken. And then the new one that they had brought me, this was the state of it. Bear in mind, I am wearing 2 maxi pads stacked on top of each other, and I was still bleeding like this. In this scenario, they were trying to get my bleeding under control, but also I was in a lot of pain. So they were trying to get my pain under control, and it just wasn't working. Any medication that they would give me, I just wasn't responding. And so I was in the hospital, I think on this occasion, 3 days. The entire 3 days, my partner was there with me. In that picture, you can actually see him, like his outline in the corner there. And in as much as, like, obviously he's not perfect, and we've had many conversations about, like, what I actually needed him to do in those sort of situations, he was just doing what he felt he could do in that situation. And he felt like staying by my side was the best thing. During this time, there was actually a point where, like, I had to go and change my pads, and I literally couldn't walk. Like, I was so out of it on meds, but still in pain. So imagine, like, being high of meds but you are still in pain. And then trying to make it to the bathroom, and he obviously like had to take me, and like the pads are full, there's blood all over the place. I think I had a drip on me as well, so trying to like change the pads and not get in the way of the drip, and then also stabilizing myself because I'm high and in pain, it was a mess. And so my partner actually followed me into the bathroom and basically changed my pad for me. And for me, I felt so embarrassed because I also grew up with this mindset that, you know, you're not supposed to be that vulnerable around a man. Like, men can't take these types of things. Like, we're supposed to be the ones taking care of them. And like, I was certain that, yeah, that was going to be the end of our relationship, because apart from the fact that I thought that this might change his view of me, I thought that I was never going to get over that embarrassment. Like, I was so ashamed of that situation that I thought that that was going to be the end of the relationship. Well, we're married now. So you all know how that went.
Most of my Ghanaian followers have tagged me more than 100 times. At this point, the government of Ghana needs to make me the Minister for Gender and Women's Advocate. However, ladies, I have shared this multiple times. Most men are likely to leave their wives during a time of chronic illness. That is the truth. And research exists in America to support this assertion. In America, when you look at the gender disparity in spousal abandonment when it comes to chronic illness, married women are 6 times more likely to be divorced or separated or cheated on upon the diagnosis of a chronic illness like cancer or multiple sclerosis. This implies that husbands are 20.8% more likely to abandon their wife upon the diagnosis of a chronic illness. However, the likelihood of a wife leaving her husband when he's diagnosed of a chronic illness is 2.9%. And this data is from an older studies based in America. And I am sure that in Ghana and other African countries, it is worse, because the Ghanaian culture, the African culture, and even more globally, the concept of caring for family members is made the responsibility of women. Providing care for family members have been feminized, such that it is perceived that women are the ones who can naturally take care of their husband when he's sick, or children, or even elderly family members. And because of this gender orientation, most men are likely to abandon you as a wife during chronic illness. Even in Ghana, you don't have to get a stroke like in the case of this woman. You are pregnant, your husband is already cheating and has another woman. You have malaria, you have catarrh, and these men will already have another woman lined up. And I'm not saying this because, I am bitter towards men. This is the truth. Most men will abandon their wives upon chronic illness or upon a severe health diagnosis. And the research exists in America to support it. The only thing is that countries like Ghana and many other African countries do not fund research, and so we might not know the data. But even observing the gender dynamics when it comes to who provides care for sick family members implies that that is made the responsibility of a woman. So this is to all the women. Please make sure you are building healthy, loving relationships with your own family. Make sure as a woman, you do not abandon your close female friends when you get married. Because some of you, the moment you become married, oh my God, I'm now married, and then you distance yourself from your close female friends. Keep your relationship with your close female friends and have a positive and a good relationship with your own family. Because when you get married and you develop a chronic illness, it is highly possible that your husband will not provide care, and you would have to rely on other family members and close friends to provide care for you. Dear ladies, most men are selfish, self-centered, and they will always choose what is in their own best interest. A man can marry you in Ghana and in Africa, have kids with you, and if he finds another woman in America, in Canada, in the UK, he will still find a way of leaving you. Men are always strategic and they will always choose themselves first. So as a woman, understand that and know how to relate with men accordingly. I am just sharing the facts. My name is Dr. Zita. I am a sociologist. If you're not following, guess what? Hit the follow button.
I usually see people say that men will leave you when you're sick. I usually hear it. In fact, I've seen women come out to talk about how their marriage got dissolved because they got really sick. I've seen friends come out to talk about how their best friend their boyfriend husband left her because she got really sick. And when I'm talking about sickness, I'm not talking about a little headache, a little tummy pain. I'm talking about serious illness that will require them being there with you 100. That will require them taking care of you. That will require them giving you a lot of attention. I'm talking about sickness that you will not be able to perform your duty as a wife. What is a wifely duty? A wifely duty is basically a slave duty. You have to clean, you have to cook, you have to make sure the home is tidy, you have to make sure the children are okay, well fed, everything. You have to also service your man in the bedroom, even if you're not in the mood. You have to provide as well, especially for a man that is not providing or that cannot provide very well for the entire family. You have to work to as well support him. They call it support him to provide for the family. If you cannot do any of that because of a particular sickness, the man will leave you. Just imagine this same thing happened to him. He was sick and he could not do anything. This woman stood by him. She took everything in her hands. She was there. She cleaned his butt. She did everything. It got well. It got better. And now tables turn is saying that I had to call a family because I can no longer keep doing that. I'm a busy man. I have things to do. There's nothing as somebody telling me I hate you so much than that. That's exactly what I mean by when we tell you men hate women. They just don't like us. They are only there because they are benefiting something from us. If the sickness was still allowing him to have sex with her anytime he wants, probably he will not take her to her parents' place. He will still be using her as a sex object. But because probably he cannot have sex with her, he cannot keep feeding, I cannot just keep doing all of that from somebody that just helped you years back. See, the thing is that sometimes the situation was not even like this. Meaning, the man did not see the wife helped him when he was sick. The wife got sick first. The wife got sick first and the man had to leave. Like, you know what, I can't deal with this anymore. I have to call your family to come and take care of you. It's very rare for you to see a woman when her husband is sick and she will call the family, come and take care of your son or your brother because I cannot handle this anymore. A woman will stop her life. A woman will be there. A woman will make sure that you're well. A woman will make sure she even teach you how to walk again. There's some people that broke their leg, they had to learn how to walk, learn how to use their hands, the muscle in their hand. Like a lot of sickness that requires you not able to do the things that you usually do before. a woman, your wife will be there. She will stay with you through thick and thin. But when the tables turn, these men are nowhere to be found. I feel like women should start matching energy, because you cannot keep treating someone the way you want to be treated, but when it's your time to be treated right, they are doing the other way. Just imagine how the woman must have felt, or how she's even feeling currently, knowing that she wouldn't have done what he did to her. Because the same thing happened to him. The same thing happened to him, and the woman did not leave him. She was there. This just shows how much these men do not like their wives. They are just married to women that they can easily put in the house as furniture. They are just married to women that they can easily use and control. What is your take on this conversation? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section. Respectfully, it's your girl Maria David, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.